Everyone, welcome to this week's edition of Show Me How It's Done. My name is Laura Narbonis, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. So welcome to my channel. I've gotten a few lovely messages from some of you recently saying that you've just stumbled across me, and I love hearing that. So if you are new and if you're watching live, please don't hesitate to comment on the video or send me a message. Let me know if there's something that you want to see or something you're interested in, because I love hearing from you guys, and it just made my heart so happy to get those messages. So I'm really excited to see you guys. If this is new to you and it's the first time finding me, make sure to click that like and subscribe button, because then you get notified every Tuesday at noon when I'm live or I post something for you. And then you get to craft with me because it's so fun. I have a whole plethora of other videos too. So if you check out my channel later, you can get lots of other ideas, and please be gracious. Some of the early ones are not very good with filming, but we're working on it here. It's getting a little better as we go. I'm still learning. I'm not a good photographer. Anyways, I wanted to do another Christmas card for you guys because it is November 2023. And if you're like me, then you are probably busy trying to get all the envelopes addressed to all of your family and friends. So if you need some more Christmas cards, I have a very easy card for you. So this card, it's called a fractured card. And it's a technique that has been going all over Pinterest lately. I've been seeing lots of people do various renditions of it. And so I wanted to play with that and see, how hard it is. And I was so pleased to find it's very simple. So at my card club this month, we actually made these 3 designs here on the left. So my ladies and gentlemen had a chance to choose one of the backgrounds that they liked from the Shining Brightly paper package. But that paper package is filled with not only these gorgeous vanilla and gold designs, there are some Night of Navy and gold designs too. So I thought for today's video, I would use one of those sheets and show you how you could really use any of these papers to make your card. Okay, so hi Kathy, nice to see you. Thank you. So just so you guys know, my monthly card kits are available to ship out anywhere in Canada. I know some of you are not in Canada, and I apologize, but I do post photos on my Instagram here and there of what we've done, so you can still get the ideas. But if you're in Canada and you want a kit for December, just message me. They're $15 plus $2 shipping, or you can get it free by placing an order on my website, lauranarbonis.stampinup.net. Any order over $35 before shipping and tax will get you a free card kit with 3 surprise cards. And I can tell you December will also be Christmassy because 'tis the season and it's fun. So let's get crafting. I'm going to just keep one of these in our shot because we don't need all 3. And we're going to get busy with our card. So to make the card, if you'd like to follow along with me, you will need a piece of Night of Navy cardstock. I've cut this at 5.5 by 8.5, and I put a little score mark down the middle at 4 1/4. So that will give you a perfect card front that opens to the side. On the inside of my card, we might as well do that now. We're going to add a piece of Very Vanilla. So I found that you can use white, absolutely, but because the vanilla and gold piece in the paper package was already quite defined, I went with that and just kind of kept vanilla going for the rest of my projects. So this piece is going to be 4 inches by 5 1/4, and it can get attached with just any flat adhesive. So if you've got tape, if you've got seal, if you've got glue, whatever you are most comfortable with is going to be what you'll need to grab. Okay, so I have not had gel nails in a long time, and I decided to go crazy and get some fun ones done by my friend Holly here in Edmonton. She did an adorable job, but I have to use my Take My Pick tool to get my backings off now because I can't reach under the adhesives with my nails. So this is new to me, and it might be a good thing because I have to slow down a little then. All right. When you're done your card, you can always come back and add a sentiment inside this card. But I often find that I like to do card designs, and then I come back and I stamp the insides once I know who the card is for. Just because some people, I need the entire space to be able to write on, and some of them it's quite easy to come in here and add like a sentiment or a star. So the Stars at Night stamp set is the one that would complement our card most directly, because we're using the Stars at Night dies for the front. But of course, you're welcome to use anything else that you have on hand too. But I really like this sentiment here. I think that can go for lots of different people. So there's the inside of my card. Come back later and you can go ahead and decorate. Now I'm going to move this base to the side because I need to do my next steps just on my piece of designer series paper. And we'll let the camera decide to focus. There we go. Because it's too shiny. Sometimes my gold foils, the camera's like, I don't know what to do. So your gold or your navy or your ivory designer paper, you're going to cut at 4 inches by 5 1/4. You're going to cut yourself 4 little strips of cardstock. So for my navy card, I'm using navy cardstock. These are 1/4 inch wide, and then you just need to give yourself enough space basically to kind of go across most of the card. So these are 4 1/4, but they can be a little shy or they can be longer. Just use whatever scraps you have. This is a great use for those cutoffs when you're prepping cards and stuff. So 4 of them is what you will need, and you'll use ivory if you're doing the ivory card base and navy if you're doing the navy one, okay? Then your next thing to have prepared is a little square. So can you see the stitching on that? This square is from our Stylish Shapes dies. It's the second largest of the squares. But if you do not own this set, you can still do the card. Cut yourself a square that's 2 inches by 2 inches, okay? It will be almost identical to mine. It just will not have the stitching, and I think this is maybe like 1/16 smaller. So don't stress, do a 2 by 2 square, and I did this one out of vanilla, okay? So the vanilla square is where we're gonna start. We're going to put adhesive on the back, and I know usually we like to pop things up, but we're not on this level. Right now, we just need to put some adhesive that's flat, so tape, seal, glue, and we're going to get our square put into place, okay? I'll do one. Want it nice, flat on the card front. Okay. So this little square, you're going to try and put as close to the center of your card as you can. It does not have to be perfect, so don't worry about getting a ruler out and stressing about it, because we're working around the square, not the other way around. Everything goes around your square, and you're just kind of making sure it's as close to the center of your workspace as you can. Now this looks really weird. You're like, this is not a lovely looking card, but let me show you what makes it so beautiful and so amazing. So these 4 little strips are going to make your card come to life. I've already put little thin strips of tape on the back of mine. I had 1-inch strips of double-sided tape, but you can use glue or whatever you need. I just figured it's going to take me a little second here to get these working. Okay, so strip number 1. Technically, you can start anywhere you want, but I love working just kind of like at the top of my project and then around. So let's pretend this is a compass. We've got north, east, south, and west. I'm going to line up the tip of my first little script to the west corner. And then the rest of my strip just lies right along the edge of my square. Okay, so I've matched up those 2 edges, and I've leaned the rest of the strip along the square edge. Press this down, and it will come off your paper a bit. That's okay. We will trim all those ends off at the end. So now, if you've decided to start somewhere else, that's okay. Just need to remember to go in a clockwise orientation, okay? So I started first at the west corner, Next, I'm going to find north. I'm going to line my little strip, some tape, there we go, up to that corner, which means it will butt up against my initial strip and rest alongside this square. Okay, press that down once you're happy. Sits in place. And then we're going to keep going. So just going in a clockwise position. My next stop is going to be east. And we're going to line up the edge of my strip with that tip, lean it along the square, and finish it off. See, it's looking so fun. Okay, last but not least, need one more. This is the one that's so tempting to switch, because you're like, oh, okay, I've done something up, now I want to go down. No, you don't want to go down. Keep going up, keep going in a clockwise rotation. We're going to line up this edge into this little cradle here and finish off with our fourth section. Here we go. It's hanging over, but that's what you need. This is our card at the moment. Hello, Janice. Oh, I love that you've never seen this. I had not seen this probably up until about, I want to say even just 2 months ago. And then all of a sudden it was everywhere. And I figured I had to learn how to do it. Okay, turn this guy over. And we're going to snip these off because you don't need them. Okay, so I had one good suggestion at my class. Somebody was wondering, what happens if you keep all of these pieces? Could you use them to create more angles on your card? And I would say absolutely. So if you wanted to sit here and you wanted to kind of piece into place some random section here or here, that is completely up to you. I'm not going to do that on this card, but my friend Garcon, he had the great idea of like maybe taking these pieces and making this card a bit more random. So if you want to do that, you can. If not, just recycle them. Okay, now we can take this piece and we're going to pop dimensionals on the back and put it onto our nice card base. Okay, so dimensionals coming in handy. Just like to make sure my whole perimeter is covered. Throw in a couple extra for support. Okay. There. Okay. Now, at this point, your card is basically the same all the way around, unless you've chosen a piece of paper that has a directional pattern. You know, like if you've got a paper that has trees or some words or something, sometimes you need to pay attention to those being the right way. But for these images, for instance, it doesn't matter. If you've accidentally flipped this over, it's going to look the exact same either way. Okay, so put this onto your card front, making sure you give yourself a nice little navy border all the way around the edge. Okay. Now it's time to decorate. So the dies that I'm using, I think I mentioned them earlier, and most of them are not even in here right now. These dies are from a fun little package. It's called the Stars at Night Hybrid Embossing Folder and Dies Duo. Now those can be found in our holiday catalog. They are retiring though. Okay, so I've marked the page 17 in the 2023 catalog. The stamp set is retiring. There's no sale on that. But if you love these dies, right now they're 30% off. So they're only $37.80. And you get the die set that I showed you, plus the missing pieces that I'm using in various projects, and this embossing folder, which is amazing. So the reason it's not in my case is I'm doing a specialty class in December. We're going to feature 5 projects, which include cards, ornament, and I haven't decided the last one, with this embossing folder set. So I'm gonna have a lot of fun with that. Maybe I'll show you one sneak peek. Here's one of the cards. Isn't it fun? Okay, that's all you get to see. The ornament is going to be along that same theme. I have a luminary card. So if you want a spot at that December event, just message me and I'll be posting it soon. These guys are great because some of the dies have embossing already on them, and some of the dies will coordinate with the folder so you can get this look too. Now I did debate doing this large star here, which I think would look stunning, but it does kind of take the focus away from that fractured card look. So I just made the choice to use kind of the more circle die for my card. And this one I'm going to pop up on dimensionals. I used our lovely gold foils for this, gold metallic foils. And we're going to use it as our base. And then you get to just go crazy. There are so many different stars in this set, and you can choose whatever works for you. There's long stars, short stars, fat stars. So I just went with kind of a new little, I don't know. This one you'd probably have to layer if it was on its own, but just an assembly line of stars. You can do this in whatever way you want. And I really liked these small stars. Oops, sorry. They kind of look like the gems that were part of the suite already, but unfortunately those have sold out, so they're discontinued. But you could use these in place of them for a project. There we go. There's your card. Dun, 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 dun. Now you might be looking at it and you're like, oh, but what if I want a sentiment? Okay, so here is one more rendition of this card where I could have easily used this large circle as well, but I kind of wanted one of the taller stars to try it out. I did this one instead. So what I changed with this card is I didn't use a foil background. I used navy, and then I embossed it with the beautiful Stars at Night folder. And I chose to use the patterned designer paper in my square instead. Then I used some bright gold foil because I wanted it to kind of come alive. And I did have the chance to use a sentiment on this card. So this one I'm not going to show you, but it does how to do it. It basically would have the exact same procedure. You're just choosing different elements to add to the card. So you guys can tell me which one you like best. Here's a few other choices too. Tell me which one's your favorite, because they are all so fun. I feel like I could do more and more with them. I could even play with these long, beautiful, large stars too. That would probably look stunning. Either way, there's so many things. Hopefully you have a chance to play with this technique. And I am so excited to see you guys again next Tuesday for another edition of Show Me How It's Done. Bye. Oh, sorry, I'm reading Janice. Yes, you probably do want to get them. They're great. All right, see you guys.